The recent Joe Budden podcast has all of Atlanta upset at them and is also the catalyst for Metro Boomin's manic episode on Twitter as we speak. They were discussing Metro Boomin's new album called Futuristic Summer. Metro was heavily inspired by Kendrick Lamar on his album. You see how Kendrick Lamar kind of threw away like the industry taboo, which is you don't make regional sounding music as a mainstream artist. You want to appeal to everybody. Kendrick Lamar said, flip that, drop GNX. It was regional sounding music with local artists, and GNX still went #1 and still had #1 records and was still on the Billboard top 5s and top 3s for like 40 weeks straight. So Metro Boomin made a regional sounding album.
We got music.
Yeah, we got new music. Metro Boomin finally put out his Futuristic Summer album. First listen, it's, how can I say it?
It's retro.
Yeah.
And I saw people talking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this might be dope. And I put it on, and I gotta say I wasn't ready. Because he did a really good job of tapping into like 2005 Atlanta hip-hop vibes.
I gotta find the right time when I'm supposed to listen to this. I think like, that's what it is.
Yeah, when I was listening in the car, I was like, this might be better like at nighttime with some girls around.
That might work. 2005.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a shame that as music consumers, we have to do that now. I mean, we do have to do it.
You got to, because...
But we got to figure out where some music is meant to be played.
For sure.
Fam, you put the wrong music on in the wrong setting, and it could fuck around and make you hate it.
Metro, I'm taking you off of my instant purchase list. I saw you up there. I didn't know you was dropping. I bought it because you've been on a run, and I clicked it. I skipped your intro because I always skip an intro.
The album wasn't for me either. I loved the Vintage Thug on the birthday record. That was about the only highlight, I believe, from this album. Now, people in Atlanta, I've talked to people in Atlanta. This album is bumping at every party in Atlanta. Like, every club is bumping this album. They love it. Like, they love the album. So the purpose of the album to me was completed. It served the people that it was meant to serve, and those people loved it. But for us, bro, like my ears ain't even trained to even value whatever that era was or those sounds is. But I can say it's not for me. Joe Budden would then continue to say that he ran through about 6 records. They were all trash, unlistenable, and he couldn't get through the rest of the album, and he stopped at 6. Which, for somebody who creates an album that's double disc, by the way, is 2 discs, for someone to say they only listen to 6 and they stop listening, but yet they're doing a full review on your album, I can see how somebody would crash out and be insulted by that.
I got right to 2. This is what happened on 2. Don't worry, Parks. My review is pretty short, so you be ready to plug in.
Oh, no.
This is the first thing I heard.
I just wanted to give Isha...
I didn't know nothing about no 2000s shit he was doing. And listen, for me, this was on some 6 in the morning shit. I'm listening to this.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna do it.
That's when I skipped this. I went to the next track. This is what was going on in the next track. At this point, I figured that I wasn't listening in the right place.
That's what I thought.
That's what I said.
So I cut this off and I went to the next track. At this point, I'm on track 4 in the album, and I'm saying, the Metro has one of my favorite producer tags. Which I shouldn't be saying.
Yeah, I shouldn't be.
If I'm at track 4.
I had a similar thought.
The Metro producer tag is hard.
Yeah.
Look, now this would be cool if I was with the first 3. But I'm still waiting for my vibe. All right. I got right out of there and went to track 5.
This sounds much like my listening experience.
I'm giving you my experience.
No, I think I was kind of the same.
Yeah.
I went to track 5. I cut it off immediately, never to return to it.
Reasonable.
Now, I'm not saying that I won't return to it.
Made your coffee extra hot, some bullshit.
That was the end of my Metro Boomin experience. So if y'all have more to add, please feel free.
I got to 6.
One further.
Wait. It's 13 tracks on disc 1. So then I was like, all right, maybe that's a disc.
Oh, shit, it's more.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a long fucking album.
So I was like, all right, maybe that's a disc 1 type of thing, 2 different vibes.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? All right, cool. Let me go to track 1 on disc 2. Can you press it?
Oh, sure. It was a whole nother disc.
This might be like an ode to Atlanta. Maybe Atlanta loves it. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I applaud the
It's something different though.
He went for a thing, and I think that he executed the thing
Perfectly.
I maybe just don't want to hear that thing this morning. I may feel differently if I hear it in a different environment.
And another thing I didn't like about this, Metro's not a rapper, one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But it's a Metro Boomin album.
Right.
So we know it's flooded with features.
Correct.
I don't know who anybody is on this album.
Yeah, they didn't put the names on nothing.
It's cool when, this is like I know Travis does that a lot. But I know I'm getting Travis Scott on every album, then you get surprised by the feature.
Right.
Who? Like,
Yo,
that don't work
if
here.
you're a producer, put the names of the people
Yeah, like,
on
that
the
don't work
song.
here.
Yeah.
Say featuring like a decent human being is all we saying. Come on now.
It is-
Metro, come on.
It is particularly difficult with a producer album.
They were really premature. I think they listened to the album the first night. So usually, like, the features aren't really updated the first night. The same thing happened with GNX, where like the artists weren't really listed on Apple Music the first night, but it got updated like the following day. And if you go back right now and listen to the album, the artist who are featured is on the album and is listed. So they may have jumped the gun just a tad bit. Now, they did say Metro Boomin executed his vision perfectly, but Metro still felt disrespected. So Metro took to Twitter to react to the Joe Budden podcast not liking his new album. Metro will repost a random fan who discussed the Joe Budden podcast hating on his new album, and the fan will write, "I'm sorry, but the JPP ain't ready for this new Metro at all. Nah, they don't know black boy, white boy swag like that. That includes Shop Boys, Young Dro, Waka Flocka, Travis Porter, J Money, Rocco, Rich Kids, Roscoe Dash, Shaking My Damn Head," which kind of shows that Metro Boomin, is a little salty about this. Now, I think this is also him taking shots, but then what follows this is him essentially trying to clarify or kind of validate that the album is actually good. And if it's not good, then that means that you just weren't outside doing cool things. So that's why you can't relate, which to me is kind of hypocritical, because if the message is this album is for Atlanta, then the message should be if you are not from Atlanta, it's not for you. But then he will begin to qualify that it's not just for Atlanta, but it's also if you weren't outside doing cool things, then you are not going to relate to the album, as if only lames don't like this album, okay? So it goes and says, if y'all wasn't going extendo Swisher Blunt's futuristic summer might not be your game, kid. And he will say a lot of y'all get no B's and it shows. So again, apparently only lames don't like this album, which to me is coping, to be honest, is extreme coping. He will goes, if your homeboy never had to hold you up in the, hey son, in the what party? While you was getting twerked on, then you might want to sit this one out. I understand where he's headed. I don't think he really got there. And I don't feel like as a grown man, you should be making music to recall those feelings back. I don't know. This just seems odd. In the comment section, kind of call it out too. Is this about P. Diddy? Right? Which I kind of understand like what he means. Like, yo, like when we were growing up, we used to go to the dollar parties, you feel me, and hang out in real life. We weren't on Twitter 24/7, you feel me, as middle schoolers. So I understand what he's saying. In this climate, bro, you just don't want to get this off, okay? You just don't want to get this off. So then he goes, if you never went out and competed with your boys on who would get the most numbers, then you might want to sit this one out. If you never had to write a number down, period, then you might want to sit this one out. But that's the thing, though. The people you're referring to, Joe Budden or others, they're from this era. Like, you think Joe Budden and the JPP, they never had to write down numbers? Bro, they're like 50. Right? Like, you think that they don't know like how this feels like, man? If you started listening to rap music in 2017, then you might want to sit this one out. If you never intentionally wore your clothes with the tag still on, then you might want to sit this one out. Now, I'll be real, like, lames do this, to be honest, bro. Like, lames wear that tag, you feel me? It's tough. Now, this is what I think the original point should have been. And I don't understand why he detoured and took the other route. Because the other route is, if you weren't outside doing some old head things when you were a kid, or if you're not from a specific era, then you won't understand this. This is saying, F the eras, if you're not from Atlanta, you won't understand this. So he says it's time for music to get back regional. Social media got everybody trying to do the same thing. Let's get back to actual culture and regional identity. I agree wholeheartedly. But you also can't diss people and claim that they're lame if they don't understand the music. If you're admitting the music is meant to be understood regionally and not nationally, right? So then he will retweet this, and somebody says, "This Metro Boomin album, hard for so many reasons. This is a producer. He put ninjas on songs together. I think we would never in life hear together. Definitely a dedication to Atlanta album." And he would write, "This is Avengers Endgame level for the city, an Atlanta love letter." And he will say, "The new Metro Boomin tape makes miss all the Atlanta artists that passed in the last decade. Rest in peace, Young Scooter, Takeoff, Bankroll, Trouble, Shawty Low, and more." And he will say, "Long live my brothers. They were all heavy on my mind and heart while creating this, forever missed." Yes. So like in one breath is for Atlanta, in another breath is not. Now, Travis Porter, who is featured on the album, he will send a shot at the Joe Budden podcast as well, and Ice will respond back. Travis Porter will write, "We never worried about no ninja or no pod talking about, but you are worried because you recorded yourself in the club and then posted about the ninjas on the pod talking about it. Tell them go play that other ish in the club and see how quick it dry up." Ice will respond back, "This response def makes you appear at least concerned though. You got them going up in the spot. Why the pot on your mind? Not saying, just saying." And he will respond back, "We responded to a tweet about what was said on there and reassured them we don't give a F." But it does shows you do at least care somehow, man. Fam, listen, bro. Like, I don't know why the Joe Budden podcast, which is regionally a New York podcast, I don't care why they will put so much stock in what New Yorkers have to say about an album created for, created by, and catered to Atlanta. Like, why would you expect for them to even understand this? Like, you can't, right? Now, if I'm Metro, I am looking at the reception for the Kendrick Lamar album. GNX was regionally sounding. GNX was the LA sound, and it still resonated with the public more. Now, we could probably say, yo, this was like a current era of LA music. This was music from 2024, which probably translate better, but for the most part, the regional Atlanta sound has always translated better to the masses than a regional LA sound. So if Metro Boomin is probably sitting with his album and he's probably a little jealous, right? Because the regional Atlanta sound is supposed to translate better than GNX. Like, this album was supposed to translate better than GNX translated. But I think what set Metro behind is Metro is providing us songs from 2005 and 2011. I don't care how great of a producer you are, bruh. You can't restore that feeling, homie. Like, that feeling was once upon a time. You can't restore that feeling back. And I think he tried to restore the feeling when only people in Atlanta who still engulfed in the culture will be able to kind of restore that feeling, especially back in the clubs. But if I'm in my vehicle or I'm like in my studio, or if I'm somebody on my way to school, bro, like, can you really expect the average kid, let's say in Cleveland, Ohio, at the back of the school bus listening to this? Do you expect him to have the feeling restored of 2006 Atlanta? No. And because the feelings don't get restored listening to this, then the point of this kind of goes mute, right? This was not a album for everybody, and it should have been pretty clear. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe the Joe Budden podcast was tripping, or do you guys love the album, or do you guys feel like Atlanta right now is being too sensitive? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video right here on my screen to find out how this LA rapper panicked after getting exposed mid-podcast. I'm going to see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.